Good Friday morning, everybody. Cecil Pearson Jr. coming at you here live on YouTube. I hope each and every one of you are just as blessed as I am. I'm praying more so because, well, I'm still in a fix. Still got the wheezing and the sneezing. Still got the coughing, spitting, and sputtering. But that's all right. We'll get through this. Title of today's message is Brace Yourself, Effie. All right. Good morning, Sister Chrissy. Adrian. Evan, good to see you, brother. Jim. Anna. Luke. Diane. Fallen. Eric Grimm, good to see you. Hello, Effie. Yeah, we're going to do it. Hello, Logan. Thank you. Them old tubes are a little painful this morning. Hello, Jim, Sparta, Emmanuel. Morning, Jonathan. Hope things are going well with you. Morning, Brother Brent. Good to see you. No, he ain't. He sure ain't. Hello, Sheila. RL. Good to see you. Well, let's just go on and get started with this. Brace yourself, Effie. That's the title of this. Now, Brother Brent and I have been preaching on Matthew 24, Mark 13 for quite some time. Some people have been listening. Other people have not. Hello, Sister Gail. Good to see you. Well, I'm going to throw you something up there. You can go look at that when the message is over. And then you better tell me. All right? This one of these, you got to see it to believe it. I'm going to tell you about it, but you got to see it to believe it. Emory livestock auction in Emory, Texas. 3-mile long line of cattle trailers getting in to sell their cattle because they got no water. They can't get no water. And they got no hay. And they can't afford to buy hay because hay's gone to almost $100 a bale. The price of diesel fuel has gone so high that even if they did have some, they couldn't afford to get out there and harvest it. 3-mile long line selling till 5:30 in the morning. The auctioneer is 300 sellers. Wow. Wow. Now, for those of y'all that don't know what that means, let me help you out. That means the beef is going to dry up. You ain't going to have no beef at your grocery store. People in other states, people from Missouri and Montana, are going all the way to Texas to buy cows because they're getting them for dirt cheap. Next to nothing. Now, the lady that's presenting this video is a good Christian woman who listens to the Lord. That's why I shared the video. This is not one of them fly-by-night alarmists. This is a good Christian lady showing you what's going on. It's an auctioneer telling you what's happening. It's stuff that's not making the television news because they don't want you to know that by the year 2023, the end of 2023 going into 2024, the only way you're going to have beef is if it's imported from another country. How does that make you feel? How does it make you feel knowing that the hamburger you go out and buy from McDonald's, Wendy's, Hardee's, Burger King, Five Guys will be coming from someplace like Argentina, where they don't have the same strict guidelines on what goes in that beef, where they don't do the mad cow testing. How does that make you feel? Now, me and Brother Brent, we've been warning y'all about this. We've been telling you about it. Vegetable markets dumping vegetables by the semi-load on the ground to rot because the processing places won't take it because they're not open. 23 now, food processing plants burned down. Airplanes crashed into them. You know, one or two, yeah, accidents happen. 3 or 4, that's a coincidence. But 23? Go on and tell me somebody ain't doing this. I don't care. I don't care what nobody says. Somebody is doing it. Yep. Now, folks, when foreign markets are buying our cows and buying them up like, I don't know, a fat guy buys Twinkies, you better know that Matthew chapter 24 and Mark chapter 13 is coming to fruition. They're telling you now, chicken's bad. Got to be careful with the chickens. That avian flu will get you. They're telling you. Now, the drought ain't nobody's fault but God. See, that's God's wrath. That's God's wrath being poured out. That's part of it. Remember, 1/3 of this planet will die by famine. Do you know what famine is? Starving to death. Lack of food. 1/3 of the planet will die by fire. and a third of the planet will die by water. You understand? Are you seeing the floods that are happening? If you're not, just look in eastern Kentucky. Historical floods. Look in Arizona. Historical floods. Look in Utah. Historical floods. My. History is being made everywhere. Record-breaking heat. Wildfires going everywhere. And now the food market's going downhill. Do you not understand that Matthew chapter 24 and Mark 13 is playing out right before your very eyes? But you want to pray that God fix it all and heal it all. Why? Because you want to live on this old rock called earth just a little while longer. Why on earth would you want that? Don't you understand the worse it gets, the closer Jesus is? Then you get to go live in heaven? Yeah, the Euphrates River drying up. Done opened up and revealed, I'll just say revealed, great big old caves where it looked like something had been harnessed and captured and held in there. You know, kind of like the Bible says. And the Euphrates River will dry up. And the angels kept therein will be released. See, everybody wants Jesus to come back. But nobody wants to deal with what has to happen before he gets here. That's like saying, hey, well, I'll use hey Jim, what do you do for a living? You retired, brother? Concrete work. All right. Jim does concrete work. Isaac does propane. I'll use them both. That'll be like me calling up Jim's concrete company and Isaac's propane company and say, y'all, send me a check for 40 hours every week, but I ain't going to do nothing. Them people would laugh at me and hang up the phone. In order for Jesus to come back, bad crap's got to happen. So get ready for it. He said for us to let our heart to not be troubled, for he would be with us. He'll care for us. But he give us all sense enough to do things to tend to ourselves. It's just a matter of whether or not you're willing to listen to the sense that God gave you. Let me tell y'all what we've done since I've got out of the hospital. And I realize this ain't a regular message, but it's a you better get your ducks in order message. This is what God said say. So here I'm is. We have put up 60 pounds of tomatoes. Hey, Gail, Okay. Well, she be out in a minute. We put up 60 pounds of tomatoes. We put up a bushel of sweet corn, and we're going to put up more into jars. We put up a half a bushel of green beans. May put up more, may not. I'm looking to find peas right now, but nobody around me has any peas. So they might be hard to come by. Man, this wheeze. They say we got to be careful of turkeys, avian flu, quail, avian flu, pheasant, avian flu. They don't want you hunting deer because they might have the wasting disease or deer tuberculosis. They don't want you hunting squirrel because they say the fleas on them are carrying the bubonic plague. They don't want you raising rabbits Peter's trying to get that banned for people who raise them for food. You got to be careful of ducks and geese, that avian flu. So what game is there left? None. There's no game left except, maybe raccoons, possums, elk, moose. That's about it. Yeah, they're trying to say here in Kentucky that deer carry COVID as well. So that leaves fish. Well, the water around here now, they're saying, it's got E. coli in it. Don't E. coli come from poo? Yeah, there was a lot of farmers dumped their cow manure litter into the creeks and lakes. Really? Farmers, conservative conservationists dumped their cow manure into the water rather than put it on the fields? Really? Don't give me that. I know what happens. I smell it when I go down the road. They spraying it out on the fields. They're not dumping that stuff in the rivers and lakes. Mm-mm. Yeah, they say there's mercury and lead in our water here too. Got to be careful. Can't eat the fish. Really? Ocean fish. Gotta be careful. Don't eat that. It's got too much mercury in it. They're trying to make it to where you have to rely on them for every mouthful of food that you get. Every single mouthful. You won't be able to run down there to the grocery store and pick you up a bag of orange slices or fruit slices. You won't be able to do that. No. You got to go stand in line and get 1 or 2 boxes of food for your family. You might have 3 days worth of food in it that you got to feed 4 to 6 people with for 7 days. Hey, Overbill. Good to see you, brother. I want you to think about that. But if you study busy putting food up, vacuum packing it, canning it in jars, then you're doing what God expects of you. You're doing what God expects of you. He gave us this warning for a reason. It was so that you and I could be ready. But we don't like to listen to God, do we? We don't want to think about stuff that's coming down the road that might be a little bit hard. We just want to think that God's going to fix everything. He is. For those that obey him. This orange slice is going to choke me to death. So I just get shit of it before it does. See, God loved you enough to tell you what was coming. Jesus loved you enough to tell you what was coming and how to prepare for it. People don't look at the love of God like that. Well, I can't believe God would be so mean that he'd make us all starve to death. That's not what he's doing. That's not what he's doing at all. He gave you a warning of what was to come. But you don't want to listen at it. Because it's hard. He told you. How old, Felicia? Sheila? Angela? Overbuilt? Jerry? He told you. It was coming. Well, folks, It's no longer coming. It's here. See, I haven't told you about the 340,000 pigs that was euthanized because they didn't have a place to process them. 340,000 pigs off of one farm euthanized because they didn't have a place to process them. And if they put them down, they get the insurance money on it. So the farm don't go under. $500,000 chickens laying cluckers. 500,000. Love you guys too. Burnt to death in one of the largest poultry fires in history. I'd like a jar of the tomatoes, the corn relish, the green beans, please. And the corn. Now, I want to show y'all something. Y'all think I'm teasing. Look at that beautiful jar of tomatoes. Oh, yes, sir. Look at that beautiful jar of green beans. Oh, yes, ma'am. Look at this. Peaches and cream, sweet corn. And here's some beautiful corn relish that Gail made. She got corn, tomatoes, onion, and bell pepper in it. Just beautiful. I'm not teasing when I'm telling y'all what we're doing. And I'm telling you, you best get on it and get to doing it for yourself. If not, you're going to be found wanting. The proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the pudding. And there's the pudding going back out to get ready to go to our storage locker. The proof is in the pudding. You better understand, God was not messing about when he said you're going to see troubles like never seen before since the dawn of time. You wonder why people are fighting to keep the right to kill little babies in abortions? It's because the world has turned to a reprobate mind. The world has lost its conscience. The world has lost its rabbit running mind. Can you get me another roll? You want to know why the government is handing out drug kits for meth and heroin? Well, it's a health thing. We don't want people to die. You're making it easier for folks to take up the habit. You're supplying them with crack pipes. You're supplying them with meth pipes. You're supplying them with needles. What do you think is going to happen? You're supplying them with the fruits of evil. What do you think is going to grow? I say it 1,000 times a year, maybe more. You cannot go to bed with the devil and wake up with an angel. Do you understand me? That means you can't run with the devil. You can't sin and live like hell all day long and get up the next morning and be saved. You can't do that. And then go do it all over again. It doesn't work that way. I don't care what the mega preachers say. I don't care how much money you drop in my offering plate. It doesn't work that way. You've got to set yourself apart from this world and get your household in order. If you aren't reading the word, you need to be reading, because there's going to come a time when it'll be a felony for you to have a Bible, and you're going to need that word written on your heart so that the Holy Ghost can bring it to remembrance when you need it. I don't know what else to tell you folks other than your house is not in order, and it needs to be. Do you know, I'm waiting on doctors now. I took my last dose of antifungal last night. I'm waiting on doctors to call the pharmacy today. They're going to make a decision of whether I live or die. Well, how's that, Brother Cecil? If they won't do a pre-authorization for this medication that I'm having to take, it'll cost $7,000 for 14 more days. $7,000 for 14 days worth of this antifungal. Sister Chrissy's mouth is in a mess. She went to her dentist to fix all of her teeth. $22,000 to fix her teeth. $22,000. She wants her teeth fixed, not to build some dentist a house in Maui. And that was just for the upper teeth. If she goes the dentures route, they want $11,000 just for the uppers. $11,000. How do these people sleep at night? I guess fairly well on their feather bed, under their down comforters, driving their fancy Ferraris and they Porsches. See, I don't begrudge the dentist what they got, but $22,000 to fix a few teeth, $11,000 to make a set of dentures. Kiss my foot. And $7,000 for 28 pills. Let's do the math on that, because I haven't done it. That's $250 a pill. That means last night I swallowed $500 worth of medicine, because I got to take 2 every day. Now, folks, do you see what I'm saying? They'll give Narcan to a drug addict. They'll give away abortions to a slut. But you go down and try to buy insulin. You go try to get some of this medicine. Go try to get your teeth fixed. Go try to get some eye surgery so you can see. No. They feeding debauchery and sin for free. But those who follow the law and trust in God are punished. How you doing? But it ain't here. I mean, I'm starting to feel like the pharmacy thinks I'm a slot machine. Here it comes. Bend over. Catch the money. But I'm telling you, folks, this is what's happening. It's happening. Like I've told you before, my son, Ian, works at a chicken processing plant. For the love of God, I don't know why, but China used to buy all of their chicken feet. Buy them all. Call them chicken paws. They sell them. And folks in China eat them. China won't buy their chicken feet. And they can't get chickens to process because they make the Wendy's chicken, they make the McDonald's chicken nuggets, They make Burger King classic chickens. They make all that chicken. Hey, Sister Janet, love you. They make all that. They're down from killing 250,000 chickens a day to 75,000 chickens a day. Barely enough to keep the plant open. Barely enough to keep the plant open. But old China Joe, well, he's got a plan. We're going to import more of our food in our sustainable, what it takes to sustain this country from China. Hey, what? Go ahead. I know what's going on. Yep. Chicken in my greenhouse. Another chicken in my greenhouse. More of what we need to live. Well, let's just get it from China. Let's get it from Taiwan. Let's get it from Venezuela. Let's get it from Russia. Let's get it from Argentina. Let's get it from anywhere except right here in the United States of America. Let's get it from anywhere but right here. Matthew chapter 24, Mark chapter 13, coming to pass before your very eyes. But the problem is, nobody wants to see it. Nobody wants to hear it. Nobody wants to prepare for it. You know, I went to Amish country yesterday. Picked me up some more watermelons and cantaloupe because that's something I can eat right now. I had to go get something I could eat. And while I was there, I noticed they had boxes, whole bushel boxes, rounded up by the bushel and a half, actually, of apples, $10 a box. I bought 2 boxes, one for us and one for my niece. Now, Gail today is going to be busy with the crock pot making apple butter. And then she's going to can that apple butter into jars. And we'll have something sweet to have to eat when all of this goes sideways. There'll be a little treat in a jar. See, you got to prepare for everything. Everything. $10 for a box of apples. A bushel box of apples. Where are you going to find that for that price? God is opening doors for my family to be prepared. If you look close enough where you are, He's opening doors for your family to be prepared. But you're not walking through the door because it's a little bit of work. It's a little hard work. Oh, I can't get nobody to help me do this. Well, you better be telling them they better be getting on it or they're going to starve to death. Because soon and very soon, grocery stores will have no food. Soon and very soon, grocery stores will have no food. And you'll be starving, starving. You'll go to skin and bones. How about that? Oh, yeah, Gail made me some pickled peaches. Put up regular peaches. She made some pickled pickles. You know, she don't make dill pickles or sweet or bread and butter pickles. She just makes a pickle.
And they're delicious.
And they're absolutely delicious. When she first brought me one of them, the only thing I could think of was, oh, God, don't let this be an ain't be pickle. And when I tasted it, it threw me back because it didn't have a dill flavor to it. Only pickles I've ever had has always been dill or bread and butter. I said, this ain't no pickle, ain't no dill in it. She said, nope, that's just a pickle. And everybody who tries them loves them. See, you need some variety for what's coming. You ain't going to want to just eat rice and pintos 7 days a week for a year or 2 years. You're not going to want to do that.
I don't want to eat rice and pintos for a week.
That's right. You don't want to have to just be stuck with one thing. So you want a variety. Look for the bulk food stores, folks. I know this is not a regular message, but it's what God's telling me to tell you. Look for the bulk food stores in your area and get yourself busy. Go to Walmart, get some jars, and get some stuff canned. Get some jars. Vacuum pack you some candy. Vacuum pack your nuts. You know, cashews, peanuts, almonds, pistachios. Those are good sources of protein. Get that stuff vacuum packed in a jar.
What was it that you needed?
A cappuccino.
How you want it prepared?
With no cream. Just more creamer, no sugar.
Okay.
Just a cappuccino. You know, we went to Walmart. Bought great big jugs. Of beef, chicken, and tomato bouillon. I dumped that stuff up in vacuum seal bags. Vacuum sealed it down hard as a brick bat. Put it in buckets. So we can flavor our food differently. God, if you want me to continue, you gotta stop this. Now get the devil off of where I can finish. Went bought cases and cases and cases of ramen noodles. Fill up 5-gallon buckets with them. Shrimp, beef, and chicken flavor.
I don't know how much you prefer. I don't make you coffee enough. You may put this in something smaller.
That'll do.
Get off your shoe.
Sorry. Yeah, we miss y'all too. But guys, what more can you expect God to do for you? He gave you his son to save you. He gave you some rules to follow so you could get into glory. He warned you about everything that was going to happen when he started to pour out his wrath. What more can you ask of the Father? How much more can you ask of him? That's actually really good. I hadn't had any coffee since I got out of the hospital. Well, since I went into it. What more can you want of him? I'm being serious. Other than for him to come back and get us all, what more could you hope for? He's prepared you for everything. But see, the problem is nobody wants to listen. Nobody wants to face the truth. Nobody wants to face the fact that things are going to be getting just a little bit harder. And that you don't have to lean to that. Did you see that? 55-20. There it went again, and again, and again, and again, and again. Glory, hallelujah. Praise God. Right there in that area. But I'm telling you. I got tubes hanging out of my chest right now. 2 of them. About that big around. Nobody wants to go home any more than I do. But God's not done with us yet. He's not done with us yet. That's the message. Get your ducks in order. Get your house in order. And for God's sakes, get you some food stored up. Put it in jars. Put it in bags. Put it in whatever you can. Know that there's a beef shortage coming. There's a chicken shortage coming. There is a pork shortage coming. If you haven't already noticed the price jumps in the grocery market, then you're not eating. Hot dogs that was $1 a pack, now $1.50. For a pack of hot dogs. But I love you guys. If you got a prayer request, put it in. And Sister Chrissy and Brother Brent will get it wrote down. Now let me know and we'll pray about it. Thank you for this. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. Well, all righty then. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. Hit the little bell icon, click all, and you'll be notified when I go live or upload videos. Thank you for the super chats. If any come in, I wasn't paying attention. That's how we eat. If you'd like to support the ministry and my family, how to do so is down in the description of every video. It is coming a frog strangler out there. Goose drowner. I mean pouring. There is a link to PayPal down there. There's an email address down there. There's 3 links for my books. 38 minutes on the other side. Beaten but blessed. 13 years of abuse. And Cooking with CJ, Volume 1. All 3 of them are down there. They found on Amazon. You can get them in paperback or electronic version. But I'm about to get off him before we get cut off. I love you guys, not nearly as much as God, but I love y'all. And good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise, I'll see y'all on Monday. Bye now.